Hello everyone, I'm back with you for another video. In this video, I'm going to knock out the last two studio albums of the Scorpions' 1980s discography and give you my scores on those albums. And give you my thoughts on doing this process overall. But the scoring kind of with these last two kind of went the way I thought it would. And I don't think very many of you will be surprised at the scoring of these last two albums. First up today is 1984's Love at First Sting. Of course, this is probably one of the... Sorry the glare, but I need the extra light because of my poor eyesight to read my chicken scratch on my notes I took when I... But anyway, this is probably the band's best known album because of the song Rock You Like a Hurricane. My rankings of Love at First Sting are as follows. Song number 1, Bad Boys Running Wild. Love the guitar work in that song. Blistering guitar work from the intro all the way through. Love the solo in the middle of it. Just a great song. I gave 8 out of 10 to Bad Boys Running Wild. Now coming to the song Rock You Like a Hurricane. Now, like all these songs I'm going to talk about on this video, and I've talked about on the past videos I've heard many times, this song I've probably heard the most out of any of these songs. And maybe the been there, done that factor in this affected my rating of the song, but on this listen I gave it a 6.5. Correction, 7.5, not a 6.5. The next song, I'm Leaving You. Good song. Does get repetitive in a way. So maybe I deducted some points for it being repetitive. That one I gave a 6.5. Now comes the song 4, Coming Home. You've heard me talk on past videos, those who follow my channel. My memory of the feeling I got when I first heard that song, late at night one day, lying in bed at my cousin's, listening to it on my Walkman. That song is the only song in this whole thing I gave it a perfect score. The next song, I think they tried to capture the same oomph and the same thrill, which is the same, this is the name of the song, the same thrill. They try to capture the momentum of Coming Home on the same thrill. I don't think it comes close to comparing to Coming Home. To me, the song sounds like somewhat of a disjointed mess. In my opinion, I gave a 5.5 on that one. Song 6. Song 6, Big City Nights. This is another song where I enjoy the worldwide live version a whole lot more than the studio version. To me, the studio version doesn't have oomph that the live version has. I don't know. It just kind of falls short to me. But the song on its own merits is good enough to earn a 7.5 out of 10. Song after that, As Soon as the Good Times Roll. Kind of a meandering song, you know. I was more impressed with it when I just listened to it than I remember being on past listens. Got a 6. The next song, Crossfire. I've always been impressed with this song. I heard this album before I heard Blackout, so it was the first song of theirs I heard with the anti-war and all of that message before, you know, China White, of course, on Blackout had the same message, but this was the first song of theirs that I heard with that message. I gave Crossfire a 7.5. Now another big one for them, big hit for them off this album, the power ballad at the end of it, Still Loving You. What can be said about Still Loving You that hasn't already been said? Just a great song. 8.5 out of 10 was my scoring of that song on this listen, which brings the score for Love at First Sting as a whole to the highest that any score has been so far at 7.44. So probably no surprise to any of you. Love at First Sting holds the top spot in this ranking thus far. Down to the last studio album of the 80s, 1988, Savage Amusement. And as, again, followers of this channel know, this is the first album of the band I bought, ever. Mainly because of the song Rhythm of Love. And we'll get to that song soon enough. On to the Savage Amusement. Now, I'll say, with these albums that I've just ranked them by their 9 original songs. Some editions have been released since then with bonus tracks. I have this one on CD that has the bonus tracks, but I just stuck to the 9 songs that are originally on these albums when they were originally released. So on to Savage Amusement. Song 1, Don't Stop at the Top. Nice song with an inspiring message. I'll Follow Your Dreams. 7 out of 10 from me. Now the song, The Rhythm of Love, which made me buy the album and want to explore this album and then explore the rest of the Scorpions catalog. That song, 8.5 out of 10. That song just has the atmosphere of seduction, sexuality, like I talked with the Animal Magnetism. But this song just gives the mood of seduction. And I'm not going to go any further into X-rated territory than that. But anyway, 8.5 out of 10. The next song, Passion Rules the Game. A melodic rocker. 7 out of 10 for me. Like I mentioned on a song in a previous video, I think it was Falling in Love with, on Animal Magnetism, Klaus going, ooh, during the course of those songs, kind of took a little bit off their score, but Passion Rules the Game, a 7 out of 10. The next song, Media Overkill. This is a song I've mentioned in past videos where I thought was a little too repetitive. But somebody mentioned in the comments, I'm trying to remember who, I guess it doesn't matter, but said, well, maybe that's the point in the song, what it's trying to, convey, thus the overkill, media overkill, thus the repetition. So maybe that's the whole point of the song, and I clearly saw that in this listen. It got a 6 out of 10. The first ballad on this album, Walking on the Edge, got a 6.5. The song that follows that one, besides Coming Home, is a song I would love to hear as an opener for a concert someday. This far down the road, I don't think that's ever going to happen, but the song's called We Let It Rock, You Let It Roll. Mind Over Metal, Ron Haggerty mentioned that this is one of his favorite Scorpion songs as of late. I gave the song a 7.5. The next song, Every Minute, Every Day, is a song that I've always enjoyed for the lyrical content. It was written in context of wanting to fix a ruined relationship. Well, anyway, I'm not going to... that song got a 7 out of 10 for me. The next song, Love on the Run. Fast-moving song. Not one of my favorites. I've never been... a fan of it. 5.5. Then the closing song, Believe in Love. 6.5 out of 10 for me. I have memories listening to that song at summer camp. Making me think about a girl at summer camp. But again, I'll just leave it there. But a 6.5 out of 10 brings Savage Amusement's score to 6.83. So, by my recollection, that means no surprise to me or anybody else. Levitt for Sting on the top with that 7.44. Then Savage Amusement. Now, it does surprise me, and probably will surprise other people. Animal Magnetism edged out Blackout. So from top to bottom, Levitt for Sting, Savage Amusement, Animal Magnetism, and Blackout coming in last. That does surprise me. I'd have thought, Blackout would have beat Animal Magnetism rather easily. But there's my ranking. I enjoyed listening to all of these albums again from front to back. Doing this, I can't. It's very rare nowadays that I listen to an album front to back. Until I undertook this, I can't tell you the last time I've done that, whether it be a vinyl or a CD. But anyway, give me your thoughts. Do you agree with my opinion? Do you think my opinion is totally backwards? Whatever, just leave me your thoughts. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. I know I promised to get to some threads. I still might today. I'm not sure. But I will talk to you again soon.